Continue now with our lead story, the South Carolina vote this coming Saturday and reaction to it. Joining us now from Myrtle Beach, Senator Jim DeMint, the author of the brand new book, Now or Never, Saving America from Economic Collapse. And I have an important question for the senator about the book in a moment. But first, you want to reply to Mr. Harpootlian?
I sure do. We've been here at Myrtle Beach as Republicans celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday all day. I mean, we had a lunch presentation. Tim Scott was involved with it. Our history of civil rights is so obvious. Bill, it was fun to look at, and there's been so much revision of this history. It was fun to look at the fact that our party was formed around equal rights for African Americans and the things we've done since then, all the way up to 1964. The civil rights bill was actually written by the Eisenhower administration, and 80% of Republicans in the House and the Senate voted for it to overcome the Democrat bloc in the South. So it's time Americans know the truth about the Republican Party.
But Mr. Harpootlian puts forth that the Republican candidates in South Carolina have not bought any airtime in the black media. They did not participate in the Columbia, South Carolina. That's a capitalist state, as you know, of course. In the Martin Luther King parade today. They weren't any of the candidates there. And, you know, look, on the surface, that might look to African-American voters as kind of a snub.
Well, Republicans all over the state participated in MLK events. Tim Scott spoke to
He's the congressman,
the
NAACP, the black Republican congressman, I want to tell everybody.
Yeah, from Charles. Yeah, he spoke at the NAACP meeting today, and we participated everywhere. Bill, that is nonsense because we weren't somewhere where Dick Harpootlian was, for heaven's sakes. That doesn't mean this is not an important day. So you dispute
what he says, and he'll dispute what you say. Now, Mr. Harpootlian got caught because he did imply that having the debate on Martin Luther King Eve was somehow not appropriate. And then, as we pointed out very gently, in 2008, the Congressional Black Caucus sponsored the same event for the Democratic Party on the same night. I don't like this race business, Senator. And we have a thing with Bernie Goldberg, and it's really building to a crescendo. Romney's a white guy, there's a white want him, and they want to get the black out, and I don't like all this stuff. And we saw a little bit with it, Jesse Jackson, in the last 2008 South Carolina primary. We saw a little bit there. So what is this all about?
Well, Bill, I think you're going to see African Americans, all minorities, all Americans come together who value freedom and prosperity. In this election, it is a critical election. I think you're going to have a lot of Americans who want more from government on one side and those who realize that we don't want to go the way of Europe on the other, and that's going to include more and more African Americans. So what we're going to do as Republicans is put our message out there of freedom and opportunity and decentralized government, and I think you're going to see a lot of minorities get more involved in the Republican Party.
Mitt Romney looks like he's going to win on Saturday night unless he screws up the debate tonight and on Thursday. You agree with that?
Well, the polls indicate that he will. We'll see how the debate goes tonight. We've seen things change a lot in these primaries in the last few days, but he looks real strong now in South Carolina.
You like him? You like him? He's okay with you?
Oh yeah. I really like all our candidates.
You like all of them?
I hear them. Yeah, I do. I mean, Bill, if you looked at Huckabee's Forum, when you get our candidates talking for 5 or 10 minutes, they all make a whole lot more sense than our current president.
Now, your book, Now or Never, it's an economic thing. It's for people who are serious about government. But there's one thing I want you to explain in 60 seconds to me, if you can. The Federal Reserve is printing a lot of money, all right? And a lot of it is to pay the interest on a massive $15 trillion debt we have. People, I don't even understand that. What, do they just print money and then they throw it out there? Is that what they're doing?
Well, the Federal Reserve has bought more than half of our debt. It's more than just paying our interest. They've bought more than half of our debt over the last 2 years. If they hadn't, you would have seen our interest rates go up a lot more because more and more, Bill, it's going to be hard for us to sell our debt as countries like China realize we don't have the capability to pay it back. So when we print money, we invite inflation and we invite the loss of confidence in our dollar.
The Federal Reserve Bank buys the debt, all right? And the U.S. government's actually paying the bank because it owes, right?
Well, yeah, we owe the money. Actually, we buy it through intermediaries because it's illegal for the Federal Reserve to actually buy our debt.
Who are the intermediaries?
Well, just the big Wall Street bankers, I mean, they make tons of money off selling American debt. And so the money goes through, the Federal Reserve buys it, it's on their balance sheet, and it just doesn't make any sense. We've just got to wake up. That's what Now or Never is about, that we've never been at this place as a country where our debt's larger than our economy, and we plan to double it in the next 10 years.
Well, the problem is that it's so complicated, Senator, so that's why I want people to read your book, because it's so complicated, and people just don't get where we're going, and it's dangerous. We appreciate you coming on. Thanks very much. We have a brand new BillO'Reilly.com poll question. We are asking you, will Newt Gingrich's attacks on Mitt Romney about the Bain Capital help or hurt the Speaker in South Carolina? Yes or no? We'll give you the results later in the week. Directly ahead. Brit Hume on whether the class warfare deal will help President Obama. Then a new Fox News poll also asked Americans about showing ID at the polls. Crowley and Combs with the results upcoming.